All right, what's up, comic fans out there? It's Fry.
Hey, I'm Matt. We're from CryptoComics, and we're back with another edition of the CryptoComics Couch, where we basically take the comic book landscape and let you into our world. We've got a lot of news to talk about today, so like always, it's going to be good.
Yeah, be sure to chime in with your opinions. Go through, talk with us about today's topics. Uh, as always, we love getting down and dirty in the comments section, and don't forget to inappropriately hit that like button. Smack it like your mama taught you. And as always, a warning: the conversations and opinions in the chat and in this video may not be the safest for work or your grandparents or nieces and nephews. Unless you're raising them right. Yeah.
Well,
So let's see here. Let's get on to our first topic.
okay.
What we got here?
Um,
What we got today?
so we have the CouchCon announcements.
Mm-hmm.
They just
So,
came out with another commercial that was classic 90s. I love it.
which is
Love
awesome.
it.
You can see that on any of our social media outlets or any of CouchCon's social medias. Let's see here. I'm gonna double check. Looks like right now they're filling up a few more of their panels. Looks like they're starting to get everything set up. Once again, we're going to have a big old round table type of panel on Saturday, June 27th. So don't miss that one. It's going to be awesome. 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You're going to see my handsome face. You're going to see Matt's handsome face. You're going to see
Yep.
a bunch of badass creators' handsome and beautiful faces. Uh, we kind of go through a lot of stuff in the industry, and I'm really looking forward to that one. That one will be pretty cool. Um, Aside from that, we
Doing
are
AMA.
also, yeah, we are also doing the AMA. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so if anybody's not familiar with an AMA, what that stands for is Ask Me Anything. So yeah, once again, like I said this last week, you can ask us about the system, you can ask us about future plans, you can ask us about the technology, you can ask us about blockchain tech, how we're using it. You can ask us details on smart contracts. You can ask us how to make residual money in the system. You can ask us how to publish your own books. You can ask us how to become a publisher. You could ask us how to sign up your local comic book shop. You could ask us what Matt's favorite coffee is in the morning. You can ask us what color of underwear Jared likes to wear. Um, whatever it is, whatever you'd like to know. Pro tip: Jared wears pink,
He
sometimes
does.
purple.
I I wouldn't know firsthand. I'm assuming you do, but I've heard rumors.
I've seen some things. I'm not proud of the
Oh,
things I've seen, and those things that I am proud of are probably disgusting. But still, besides that, in CouchCon, they've got a ton of stuff going on. One thing I wanted to bring up that we recently got organized is we've got DJ Cyrus going to be throwing down on Saturday night, so that's going to be pretty sweet, right from Vegas. I think it's going to be awesome, man. It'll be way cool.
yeah.
Um, I'm actually really looking forward to that. And yeah, I mean, dude, there's so much going on with CouchCon. I know that right now it's we're only allowed to say 150, even though last week we might have slipped a few more in there. But there's 150 dealers that are ready to go. They have closed the vendor applications for this year, just to let everybody know. But looking like it's going to be pretty kick-ass, to be honest with you. If you have a chance, jump in their Discord. They've got some really, really cool stuff going on in here. I should probably not open that while we're on stream, though. I'm going to be honest with you. Some of the stuff in there is. It's like any other convention.
Hmm.
People are going to say whatever they want to say. It's probably not intelligent for me to just click it and open it right now. Yeah,
I
so.
will say though that it's going to be awesome. We're so happy to be the CouchCon sponsors this year.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's not like it's the first year that they've done this. They've actually been doing it for a while. So
Yeah. Yeah, I want to say it's the second year.
I believe it's yeah. I think it is the second.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. I think that'll be pretty sweet.
All right.
Let's see here. What do we got? So does that cover us for that topic?
It does. It does. There's something else that I wanted to get into.
Yeah, you want to
Fry,
get into it now? Is that it?
Well,
Huh?
yeah,
You
I'm
want a piece
getting
of
into it.
fry? You want a little piece of this? Yeah, I didn't think so.
All right. We want to open up our blog on the Crypto Comics website. We want to open
Mm-hmm.
it up to you guys as the fans. So, what we'd love to actually see is we've provided a form to just give us your name and kind of what you want to talk about, and then write something, write
Yeah.
whatever you like, kind of whatever topic from comics. If you want to talk about yourself, if you want to talk about your comic, if you want to talk about your experiences on Kickstarter, or
If you want to let people know about your new Kickstarters.
yeah, there you go.
Hint, hint.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
We got a
If you
couple of
want to,
creators that should be listening to that statement. Mm,
definitely, definitely. If you want to talk about everything from blockchain technology to
mm-hmm.
the trials and errors of setting up your own website to actually produce comics, whatever it is you want to talk about, your opinions on the world around you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we think it'd be really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
And since
So I believe you put a link in the description for that, right?
I'm supposedly did, I think it
Good
worked.
enough.
I'm pretty
Good
sure it
enough.
worked.
If not, we'll add it later. Okay.
Yeah, so there should be a link in the description. Go ahead and click on that. What you're going to see on your screen, let me pull that up really quick here once I can actually find it, is the CryptoComics guest post sign up form. Now, this is one of those super technical Google Docs. So I'm just going to let everybody know the most difficult part of this is just going to be answering your name. But yeah, you can just go ahead, fill this out, submit it. We're not going to promise that we're going to put everybody's blog up in there. For example, if you just come on to tell us about your new kitten, it's probably going to go up because we love cats. But if you go on there and it doesn't have anything to do with comic books, and you know may not make the cut. I'm just kidding. Throw whatever you got at us, man. I think anybody that's watching this understands that we're all encompassing.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick on chat, Kyle says hello. Hello, Kyle. How are you? How are you doing? Thank you for joining us from Twitchland. Or, excuse me, that's not Twitch, that's Mixer. Thank you for joining us from Mixerland. Um, Thank you for bringing the hype. Let's see here. So, let's skip to the next one. And this one is
Okay.
sad.
It is. It is. Al, how do you pronounce that? Jaffe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One of my all-time favorite creators over at Mad Magazine
Mm-hmm.
retired today at 99.
Yeah,
So,
which is just insane when you think about it. I
oh yeah.
mean, if I'm still running that hard at 99, I mean, first of all, somebody slap me. Cause, but no, I think it's a testament to prove that when you love something, you'll continuously work on it.
oh yeah.
Now a lot of people are gonna know him mainly for his art, obviously. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but what a lot of people don't realize is that this guy was just awesome, like just awesome people. Um, he he really what's the most politically correct way of terming this? Because now I have to be politically correct. Um,
We're not getting into that right
no.
now.
So the best way of putting this is that he was able to take everything that was going on in the world around him.
Mm-hmm.
He was able to look at it from a neutral point of view, and he was actually able to add some entertainment to it with his art. Everyone remembers the fold ups in the back of the book. I mean, for most
The
of us,
full.
fold ins, excuse me, yeah. For most of
Yeah.
us, that was our favorite part. And really, that's what most people know him by. The other thing is though is that he actually did a lot of work outside of Mad Magazine for marketing. A lot of which was marketing for different things that he believed in, and he would do it pro bono, which I thought was really very cool. Um, we're not going to go into a lot of those things because they are more politically driven. Um, Let's see. Buck Zero put, dude has been putting out flawless work for 70 years. He's earned his retirement. That's absolutely true.
Oh
Most
yeah, he
definitely.
started in 1942, if I believe. So this guy started at Mad Men or in comics during World War II, and he's still been going strong.
Mm-hmm.
That I mean, he set a Guinness Book World Records for uh, being the longest in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Bravo,
Not only
guy
that,
is.
he made fun of himself, which is
Oh yeah,
amazing. I
yeah,
mean, that's so great. What a cool guy. What a cool guy.
longest in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Bravo.
Yeah, super cool dude. So, on behalf of
Mm-hmm.
Crypto Comics and all of us, and I'm sure all of our fans, thanks, Al. We sure do
Amen to that.
appreciate you, man. We sure do. And he's such a nice guy. He's
I know.
so cool. I got to meet him once. He was so cool.
Are you weird?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I'm now jealous. I am now seriously jealous.
it wasn't even at a convention or anything. It was just in passing, and he was just
Really?
a really polite guy. Yeah, and it's one of those things where I'll always be like kind of upset that I didn't like make him sign something, but I felt really weird about it. I was like,
Yeah,
hey, sign this for me. Yeah, he was pretty cool when I did get to meet him. Only got to talk to him for a couple of seconds, but very polite,
that's cool.
very cool guy. Kind of quiet spoken too, which is neat. Next topic. This is the one that everybody knows about by now.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of history that goes
Oh,
into this.
yep. Okay, so how do you want to approach this? I'll introduce the topic and
Okay.
then I'm gonna set Matt free because he's been chomping at the bit on this one. So,
Yeah.
end of an era, as reported by the Beat, Comics Beat. End of an era. The comics industry reacts to the DC Diamond split. Reaction was mixed, but retailers are very anxious and unhappy with the move. Leading in with this big old no DC logo. So, for those of you
Okay.
that don't understand what that means that DC is splitting off with Diamond Publishing. And let me have Matt tell you why that's a great idea.
Oh boy. All right. So, as a lot of you guys know, um, a couple of months ago, I actually started writing about this, kind of before the whole COVID-19 shutdown.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you can kind of see the writing on the wall. It was just the comic distribution at one point in time actually saved the comic book industry, and now it's just got this chokehold on it.
Yep, and I'm
All
even
right.
going to put proof here in the chat. So if you're on various social media platforms, you should be able to see this. I have thrown a link up to a blog that this man, Matt here, wrote about this very thing coming. And he
Okay.
wrote this 3 months ago. So you know what?
So
He sees the future.
I do. I know all. Okay. Um, it all really started with the whole Teamsters way back when. The government was trying to actually shut down a lot of the Teamsters with the truckers and stuff like that. And one of the ways that they figured that they can actually hurt um, the Teamsters was to go after comic books because they were primarily the distributor of comic books. Um, that's when they kind of created the Comic Book Code Authority. So this is going way back when. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it really started to kind of hurt sales. And then eventually cartoons came out on television. That kind of hurt sales as well. So Marvel, back then it was Atlas, teamed up with DC Comics to create their first kind of direct to publishing, direct to market sales. Um, the problem was they were really, really limited on books. That's where you kind of started to get the team books coming out, like the Avengers, the Justice League, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then a guy, Philip Nicholas Suling, I'm assuming that's how you pronounce his name.
I don't know why you're pointing at me. I can't pronounce anything. Anyone that's ever
Either
watched
can I,
this show knows
either can
that.
I. Well, this guy was an English teacher and a bookstore owner, so he came up with the official direct comic distribution system with a company called Seagate Distribution.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, some other companies, IR Jacks, filed a lawsuit because Seagate had a monopoly. Out of that, Capital and Diamond were born. Um, with the help of Ron Perlman at Marvel, Diamond kind of took control of the industry. I mean, it really, really took control of the industry. And by the way,
Mm-hmm.
Ron Perlman, um, not the same Hellboy guy, different
Yeah.
guy
Not
entirely.
not the Sons of Anarchy guy.
Yeah, yeah. Although if he got into comic books and was, other than Hellboy, I would be like, yes, let's do it.
I'm just gonna say
Um,
something official here. He is Hellboy, and he will always be
amen to
Hellboy.
that. He's the one and only.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, so perfect, so perfect
Oh
as
yeah.
Hellboy.
So that's that. That hmm. Ron Perlman, he really did start to hurt the industry because of the deals he made with Diamond.
Mm-hmm.
As a result, Capital and IR Jacks filed another lawsuit saying that once again it was this time it was Diamond that had a monopoly.
Mm-hmm.
The government sided with Diamond because, according to them, they stayed away from magazines and just stuck strictly with comics, so therefore it's not a monopoly.
Mm-hmm.
I've even talked to lawyers about this, and they're like, that literally makes no sense whatsoever.
Right.
But that's what happened. Okay, so um, Diamond ends up buying out Capital. Now, this will make you cry. Okay, so they took Capital's entire warehouse full of unsold comics and donated it to the Milwaukee Fire Department
Mm-hmm.
so they can test to see how well they put out fires.
I'm not saying that I agree with the current political climate, but I am gonna say this: there could have been a riot that night.
There should have been. There should have been. Yeah. Okay. So, Diamond starts selling directly to bookstores as well. So, not just the
Mm-hmm.
comic book stores. That really, really started to hurt the comic book stores because they were getting flooded with comics, and now you're not the only place that can sell them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So, it really started the kind of downward trend for the comic book stores.
Right.
Now, during the shutdown from COVID-19, Diamond decides to withhold payments to the publishers. So, yes, I understand that, that's kind of what's been happening with a lot of companies, but you have to remember that a lot of these comic book industries are, or comic book companies are not exactly rolling in the dough. It's the parent
Mm-hmm.
companies that are. Warner Brothers, Disney, they have a ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but Marvel is still, kind of putting up um, their characters as collateral on loans. So, and DC isn't much better. Sales have been declining. A lot of that is due to the content that the creators or the main comic book companies are creating.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I gotta say that I was specifically asked to not get into that, so I
Mm-hmm.
won't. Um,
So one of the big things that's being spoke of between indie creators here, and I'm asking
mhm.
you, Matt, what your opinion is on this, is how do you think this is going to affect the comic book shops
Okay.
directly?
Well, Diamond right now, 30% of their actual income was based off of DC Comics.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to have to come up with a way to maintain their status quo,
Mm-hmm.
which means raising their prices on everything from Marvel, IDW, stuff like that. which means comic sale or comic prices are going to go up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that being said, DC Comics is using, I believe, Random House,
Mm-hmm. For the
and
hardcover?
they
Are you talking about for the hardcover?
for their shipping.
They use Random House for the hardcover. I know that for
Okay,
sure. I'm not sure about the shipping on everything else though, but I would assume that would probably play in together.
it's the other company that's actually involved in the shipping. They don't have a European hub, which
Mm-hmm.
means like Diamond does,
Mm-hmm.
which means the cost is going to go up for DC Comics as well. So you can
Substantially.
expect
Yep.
anywhere just to maintain the status quo, $1.50 to $2 rise.
Mm-hmm.
This is just numbers at this point, but you could probably expect it coming down the road. DC Comics has said that they want to probably focus mainly on graphic novels.
Mm-hmm.
This has been taking once again kind of rumors, but it's been pieced together from several different interviews. They want to. I mean, there's the preparation and production time is a lot longer. There's less of a rush.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's it's just more kind of a pleasant atmosphere all around. No more major events, no more variant covers, just comics.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, there's not going to be that rush to get those comics done every week.
Right. And I think fitting to that, our homeboy Chuck, um, Chuck Krasinski. If you guys don't know who Chuck is, he owns Mile High Comics. Great, great dude. Um, we love him very much here at Crypto Comics. This is a post that he had written. He does get pretty passionate about this, understandably. He owns Mile High Comics. If you don't know what Mile High is, what are you doing watching this show?
Mile
Just
High,
kidding. Mile High is the Mile High is our
Mile
mecca.
High is my vacation spot.
Yep,
That's
has been before, personally. Mile High is the world's largest comic book shop. We're gonna leave it at that. Great people, though. Great people. Um, excuse me. So to read off his post here, he says, "To say that I am seething with rage right now is a total understatement. I actually saw this coming a couple of weeks ago, but was hoping against my own common sense that the new owners of DC, who is AT&T, would come to the realization that keeping Diamond alive was critical to the revival of the 2,000 plus direct comic books retailers who serve the core of their most dedicated readers. Instead, my own predicted worst case scenario is now unfolding, with DC announcing this afternoon that they are severing ties with Diamond Distribution effective in 3 weeks. So, what do the new kingpins at DC think that they're doing? Well, first of all, they want to drive more business to their online channel. Secondly, they think that they can do just fine on their trade paperbacks and hardbacks, selling them to traditional bookstores through their distribution relationship with Penguin and Random House. Third, their recent experiment, he says, of selling $9.95 pseudo comic books through Walmart and Target has shown them quite clearly that they can generate massive comic book sales without a single comic specialty shop remaining in existence. Um, I'm going to continue on reading this next little section. Truth be told, my greatest concern with the future of the direct market retailers revolves around money and or credit. With so many stores having been shuttered for 8 weeks or longer, who has the means remaining to establish credit lines with these new distributors while simultaneously meeting their existing obligations to Diamond? Truthfully, this is a perfect storm of disasters for direct market retailers. Some stores will most definitely survive, but thanks to the unilateral decision today by DC Comics, I think that number of surviving entities was just reduced drastically. It is a sad, sad day for the history of comic books.
great.
And then, if you guys are wondering, I'm going to read this next section just because he speaks directly with Mile High Comics in mind. And a lot of people who know who he is and know what Mile High is would probably be interested in this. As regards to Mile High Comics, I believe that we're going to be just fine. I was nearly $4 million in debt 9 years ago, including $1 million in outstanding diamond invoices, and and deduced that from my operating costs were mostly resulting from unsold new issues that were ordered for our clients, but which they then failed to purchase from us. Simply put, I started reducing new comic books as a key element to our company product mix and immediately saw things turn around for us. We paid off most of our company debt through the sale of our 56th Avenue building 3 years ago, and finally paid Diamond totally off last week. I will never again, ever go in debt for new comics. So, to summarize here, um, he knows what's up. You know what I mean? In this industry, if anyone's going to give you the straight and skinny as to how something can affect a comic book store, it's going to be Chuck. He's going to know.
Mm-hmm.
Not only does he own Mile High Comics, but Chuck is probably one of the most well networked comic book shop owners on the face of the planet. Um, yes, you could argue that there's a couple of shops in Southern California, New York, New Jersey, Secret Stash, things like that, where yes, they're definitely well known. But Chuck, as far as the industry goes, everyone knows who he is, and he's the guy that everyone knows. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I will say that anything he says with it, I I tend to believe. To be honest with you, I take everything he says as maybe not gospel, but I definitely trust it. Now, the reason I wanted to read that and the reason I wanted to have Matt speak to this specifically is I won't say that we collectively saw this coming. I will admit, yes, Matt did see this coming. Me, on the other hand, when they made this announcement, I was absolutely surprised. I never thought for a second that DC would try to do this. Reason being is the main thing that I see that DC has now is the loyalty of their fans. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I see this as kind of a kick to the shin to a lot of them. A
It,
lot of
it was.
people. Sorry, say it. Go ahead.
I once again, I think it will be a really big kick to the shin. I wouldn't quite say shin, but yeah. Um, I first started reading comics because of Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Those of you guys who've actually read some of my posts know that it was actually Batman that I really got sucked into the industry. Um, I was a little kid. I got lost. I was in a comic book store, and this guy hands me this comic book in order to get me to quit crying. Keep in mind, I'm a little kid. I, at this point, refused to read when I was in elementary school. I refused. I didn't want to. I was like, I could go through life without reading.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I really sucked at it. So I got handed this comic book, and all of a sudden it was like, I go home and I'm like, Mom, what's happening in it? And she was like, Well, learn to read, kid. Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it was a Batman comic. It was so amazing, and I've been hooked ever since. Um, I think this is a wild prediction. This is really, really wild prediction. And I'm thinking it might happen a couple years out, but I think in the end, DC Comics is going to start shutting down their publishing line, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly think that they're going to start licensing out their characters to comic production companies such as IDW.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Essentially, let them take the risk. That way, they still get you can still get your Batman comic,
Mm-hmm.
but
And yeah, and AT&T will make that fat check off of,
yeah,
selling the rights to use the IP of Batman. I agree 100%. I don't think it's even that outlandish to think that that's going to happen. I think that's what we're seeing going on right now.
now that being said, I think that DC Comics should not do that, but actually hand the rights over to us. We'll take care of it.
Hmm.
We
Yeah,
actually
give it to
love the character.
CryptoComics. We're fine. We're fine.
Amen.
Yeah,
um,
you do not want to know what I would do with your characters, DC. I
Hey,
would have a
I'm a
lot of
fandom
fun.
like royalty. Okay.
I wouldn't. I would have so much fun with that. Yeah, how many
Oh,
things
but
Green Lantern can come up with that ring? You know what I'm saying?
oh, did you ever read that issue where Lobo got the ring?
No, I did hear about it though, and I do love me some Lobo. Lobo needs more
Oh,
love. You know what? Anyone watching right now, hashtag Lobo matters. I mean, nobody pays attention to Lobo. That poor guy. I
okay.
love Lobo.
All right. That being said, though, as all joking aside, I do think that the solution to the comic book crisis is crypto comics.
Mm-hmm.
Here's why: we have the comic books program
Mm-hmm.
where creators can actually um, make a residual income, bring in other creators, bring in other readers, and make money off of them.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, without some company like Diamond Distributing, they can sell their comic for a much lower price and still make more of a profit.
Mm-hmm. And you aren't limited to crypto comics. You can still publish. You can still sell floppies. You can,
Oh,
you can still put together your hardback. You can still go up on your Kickstarter. In fact, if you
amen to that.
watch us, we're all about it, man. We want everybody to make their money.
Oh, yeah.
You keep usage rights for every one of your characters, for your entire IP, for everything. We don't take
Almost
them
everybody
whatsoever.
actually, yeah, we put in money on quite a few people's Kickstarter
Hmm.
because they'll want those physical comics.
Well,
I
I
know.
mean, a lot of us put into them personally because
Mm-hmm,
we're collectors. You know what I mean? Um, and besides that, I mean, we enjoy seeing, the creators that are in our system make something happen. I mean, you know, CouchCon's a perfect example of that. Vivid Publishing is a publisher that signed up for Crypto Comics, threw some books in. We love their stuff. We love their books. We really get along with the team that they've built over there. And so we're all about CouchCon. You know what I mean? That's their event. That's not us putting it on. That's us sponsoring it and making sure that these guys have the tools that they need to be successful. And we look at that on a per creator basis, in that every creator gets, marketing tools and customer management tools and user management
mm-hmm.
tools. I mean, everything. You really can
Now,
build yourself up using our system. We'd love that to happen
I do
because
got
we
to
are
say, I
fans.
got to add this in because it's built on the blockchain.
Hmm.
Um, a lot of you don't understand exactly what that means. Check out our blogs. We talk about that quite a bit. But where it's built on the blockchain, it's not just your digital comic that you buy
Hmm.
and then that's it. Um, it retains its value, which means you can sell it.
Yep.
You can take that first published version and sell it and actually make your money back, if not
And when
more.
you do, the creator gets paid again.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I think, not just, the ability to resell a digital comic book. That's not the only biggest thing. The thing is that you are supporting the creator when you buy their comic. You're
Mm-hmm.
then supporting them again if you decide to sell that comic. You're then, the next person that bought that comic book down the line, they're supporting that creator. And again and again and again. And that creator can consistently make a profit off of what they've, put all that effort into, which we think is stellar because that's not something that you can do right now.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, we are the only place that this is even possible because of blockchain, which is why we're named Crypto Comics, because it's cryptocurrencies. And we
Yeah.
figured out a way to turn a comic book into the cryptocurrency that you've heard of. So
Mm-hmm.
instead of a make believe coin like Bitcoin, you have a comic book. Um,
And one of the greatest parts about all that, though, is with crypto comics, my wife doesn't complain about how much space my comic collection is taking up.
mm, good point. Good point. And for anyone that wants to give us the nice little spiel of, well, I don't know about digital comic books, I will tell you what. I challenge you to find any comic book that would be better physically in your hands than any book you can get on the system. And at the exact same time, I challenge you to find any reader that's better than what our team has been able to put together. Um, As you can see here, what I'm showcasing is the last book I was reading today, which is Chad Hardin's Art Volume 1.
Oh,
Um, I love this book, man. I've gone back to it so many
it's
times.
a good one. Yeah.
And speaking
I
of
love
kicks,
that two-page spread right there. It just looks so good.
speaking of Kickstarters, Chad Hardin does have a Kickstarter up right now for Volume 3. Um,
Ooh.
I am not going to post a link to that one, unfortunately. The reason we can't do that with Kickstarter is because this is also being streamed onto Twitch, and Amazon gets kind of funky if we put a Kickstarter link in there. So thanks, Bezos. But go check it
Show
out.
them the new feature though, real quick.
I ain't showing off any features. They can come and find it
Oh, come
themselves. That's right. Challenge you. Challenge you to find it.
on.
I challenge you to find the Easter eggs I've hidden in here.
There's a lot of Easter eggs, and there's actually quite a few badges that you can earn for finding these Easter eggs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, one of the primary things is that a lot of creators have been telling us that they're selling more physical copies now that they've put their things into CryptoComics. Because with CryptoComics, they can name the price of any of the books on resells. If you're reselling one of the books that you have, you can name your price on it. And so it really helps a lot of creators get their names out there, get their characters out there, get their books out there. Um, and I will say, if you've ever watched the show, you guys have seen before, like I go on and on about a few of them, but I mean, we've got some books in here that are just absolutely amazing. So, for example, here's a variant cover for Relics 1. I'm going to go ahead and buy it right now, real quick, because I want to check it out, and it's that fast. There's no crazy checkout process, there's no jumping through bells and whistles, hoops, and all this kind of stuff. It's literally that fast. And you're into enjoying your book. If you guys haven't read Relics, Relics is awesome. And there's a reason that these guys are one of the most popular e-comics on the planet right now. Is It's good stuff. Um, and I will say some of the best coloring that I've seen. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of going on a tangent here, man. Anyway, sign up for Crypto Comics. Quit being lazy.
Quit messing around and just come on. Okay.
Just go.
Now,
Tell your friends about it.
there's some other news. So, San Diego, the Comic Con, the International Comic Con, as everybody knows, has been canceled.
Mm-hmm.
But that hasn't stopped them from coming out with the Eisner Awards for 2020.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So,
so this is a huge deal. If anybody knows,
yes,
the Eisner Award is a very big deal every year. Um,
31 different categories.
mhm. So I'm not sure. I haven't looked too far into this, Matt. So you're probably gonna have to correct me if I'm wrong here. But I think that they're actually going to stream the award ceremony this year. Is that
I
right?
believe so. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Online voting
Mhm.
for. Let me see. That's EisnerVote.com for comic book professionals can go on and actually vote for their best or for their favorites. Like I said, 31 different categories. I'm not entirely sure when it's going to be streamed, but I do know that it is.
Mhm.
Um, as far as everything goes, right now the big standout is IDW with 13 nominations and one shared nomination. The next closest would be Image with 11
Ooh.
nominations and six shared. So the creator with the most current nominations is James Stokes. He's got, let me see, best writer slash artist, single best issue, best humor publication, and right now he's also in the running for best comic related book with Grunt, the art and unpublished comic of James Stokes. That was actually published by Dark Horse.
Mm.
So, I mean, it's it's
Isn't he
gonna be
on
good.
IDW normally? Or am I
Was that?
wrong? Isn't he on IDW normally?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
That's what I thought. That's cool. I'll
He's
check that
also
out.
got Sobek or Sobek. Oh, I can't even talk. Sobek by Short Box right now. Dark Horse and IDW. So
Nice. Yeah, that's cool.
it's
It's
gonna be awesome.
I love the fact that they're still doing some of these awards. You know what I mean?
Oh
Even
yeah.
though the show doesn't exist, like I think that's pretty sweet. So,
Well, the Eisner Award is just it's the Grammys for comic books.
mhm, mhm. Yeah, I think we need to come up with our own, like the Bob Awards. That's what I think. Hey, Anthony Wolf is in the chat. That's embarrassing.
Hey, what's up?
Oh wow, Anthony. Yeah. So, well, that was unplanned. A little embarrassed here. Yeah, we were we're showing off the reader and using your book. Thanks for chiming in, Anthony. Yeah, we're great. Now I'm gonna start fangirling. Am I blushing a little bit? Hi, Anthony.
Okay, so let's see. We also have another really, really weird comic book. Um,
We got a lot of weird
this
comic
one,
books.
I'm going to get one of the basically all the names wrong. Fado. Do you think I'm even saying that right?
I don't even. I That doesn't even sound slightly familiar. So I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, Fado is a new comic book that recently came out. It is AI generated.
Oh, okay. Yes, yes. I did not know the name of it, but yes, this is the one where they it's a manga, right? Is
Yes,
that right? Yeah.
what the company did. Let
Yes.
me
Let's talk about this one. This is great.
KI Kia Exa is the company that makes essentially um, flash drives and stuff like that, and as well as they're dabbling in AI.
Who isn't nowadays? Am I right? I mean, I know my kids are in the other room. They're trying to teach Siri how to vacuum something, probably. Who knows?
Ah, get the Roomba. You can get a pet vacuum. It's awesome. Okay,
You just pet it. Good job, Roomba. If you put a tail
so
on it, it'll help you for hunting season.
yeah, there you go. All right, what they've done was they fed it comics like Astro Boy and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and were able to generate a plot and character designs. Then they turned around and created images based off of the Astro Boy. So it's at that point that artists would actually go in and put clothing on the characters, as well as having the writers come in and add the official dialogue. So from this actual, basically, it's the AI is the whole mind, the brains behind this entire comic book. I read it. It's weird, but it's good.
Do you have a link to it? Let's check this out. Where is
um,
it?
let me see if I can find it. It
Oh, I see it.
is
I see it. I see the link. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. He supplied me with the link beforehand, and I'm just a moron and didn't notice it was there. All right.
Tezuka 2020.
Yep, I got it pulled up right now on Games Radar.
Okay. Yep.
All right, let's
Yep.
see. How does the art look? Did they do the
It
cover as
really
well?
has that Astro Boy feel to it.
Oh man, you know it's AI when it uses Comic Sans. Monsters. I'm telling you, this is exactly what we've been warned about by Elon Musk. That the computers were going to take over and plant Comic Sans on everything. I'm
Oh
telling you,
no.
I'm telling you, we need to stop our robot overlords now. I've seen Terminator. Most people didn't notice. Comic Sans right there on the T100.
Yep. It's the Comic Sans.
I'm telling you.
But it's really not that bad actually. The comic is it's kind of weird, but like I
It's
said,
not that bad.
no,
Considering it was made by a
it's pretty
robot,
good.
it's all right.
Um, it doesn't exactly have all the nuances that a comic book writer
Does
would
it have
have.
emotions though?
Was that
Does it have emotion? That's what I want to know.
to a point? Yes, but it's a little drastic. Everything's carried to that nth degree. So when somebody's frustrated, they're obviously really frustrated. Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Instead of just slightly disappointed or something along those lines, it's taken to that nth degree. But overall, I have to say, I give it a thumbs up. I'm digging it.
I'm really liking this art. Actually, I didn't think I was gonna, but
Either did I. I was really surprised.
why does that look so familiar? Ooh, that's gonna creep me out.
Well, it's got that real strong Astro Boy feel to it.
It's almost got like if you took Astro Boy and you took Ken Landau and put them together. Do you see it? Do you see what I'm saying?
I
I'm
do
serious.
now. I
The
didn't think
the
of
the
Landau next to
stylized
him.
shading, like if you look right here underneath his boot,
Mm-hmm.
um, like I mean I know it's been around for a long time, guys. I know that, but to me that just reminds me of a Ken Landau. The way the hair is done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, Anthony, a minute ago he said, "For sure, you guys are awesome." Oh, jeez. I just want everyone to know that Anthony Wolf just said, "I am awesome." Well, he also said that Matt's awesome too, but he really meant I am awesome. And Matt.
Yeah, there we go. And that. Okay.
Yeah,
All
wow,
right.
this is weird.
It is, but it's like I said, it's not too bad. Should we move on to our reading recommendations?
Well, I don't know. Now I'm reading robot stuff.
See, that was actually going to be one of mine. Off system, I've been kind of skimming through stuff like this. I've been picking up a lot of Alex Ross with the Kingdom Come series again. That's always a series that you gotta reread because it's so amazing. Other than that, it's been some of the White Knight, picking that up again. Love me some DC, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Still a fan, even though it's going to cost me $15 for a regular single issue.
We don't know that
Still,
for sure yet. It'll probably
oh,
be
come
more.
on. Yeah, true.
And you're gonna have to wait in line at Walmart for it. That's the part that really upsets me the most. And
Hmm.
I know I'm traveling back to something we're not talking about anymore here, but you know what really grinds my gears? That's
Oh
that's
no,
what
he
this
went
is. That's I went there. You know why? Why DC? Like I would love to go into Walmart and grab some groceries, and maybe my son sees, one of the Dark Knight issues or something like that on the newsstand. Yeah, grab it. Cool. Add it to your collection. I don't want to have to go there. I
there.
want to
Hmm.
go to my comic book shop. I want to
The
pick that up.
comic book shops, they were born out of this whole feel of it's really weird when you walk into a good comic book shop. It's usually a little darker. They have this almost like Batcave feel to it.
Some of them.
Um,
Yeah. Yep.
yeah, but they all are so all inclusive. You go in there, like there is a comic book store. I was talking about it on the blog recently. I'll have to actually find it. Um, oh, I went there years and years ago. Where was it? It was
Well,
North
my
Carolina.
my point is, and we've talked about this before on the show, Matt, is that you know somewhere like Amazon isn't going to ask how your mom's doing. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly.
If I want a floppy in my hand, I'm gonna go to my local shop. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? I'm gonna go check them out. They're great dudes. I'm gonna go see how everything's been going. I'm gonna ask them how business has been going. They're gonna tell me. They're gonna ask me how our business has been going because they're interested.
Oh, yeah.
And then, I'm gonna check things out. They know my reading. They know my reading
Mm-hmm.
history. They know what I buy. They know what I'm into. They know that if there's gonna be another Fight Club series, that Fry's gonna go in and order one of each variant cover for every single volume because I'm that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And they know to throw it in my pull list. You know what I mean? If And then on top of that, if if that's what I want for a floppy, then that's where I'm going to go. And the problem is that if DC isn't there, I for one, I'm not going to care. I'm simply just not going to buy DC books because they're not there on the shelf. Um,
See, I'm always
if
going to buy DCs, but
yeah,
that just means. And by the way, their DC's coming out with all their stuff on Tuesdays now.
that's the other thing. Yeah, it's like if
You
I
know, like
want convenience, but if I want convenience, man, I'm gonna jump onto CryptoComics. I'm gonna buy my books on there. You know what I mean? Yes, I'm plugging our own company. Sue me. That's what we do.
you know what?
Um,
Sometimes
but the thing is if I pick up a book here, I mean, you guys just saw how quick I picked up Relics. You know what I mean? Um, I can enjoy it. I can check it out. I can, love it, hate it, go on to the next book, have some fun with things. Um, and that in itself is another experience. To me,
Mhm.
to me, I don't even buy movies at Walmart anymore. Um,
Hmm.
I just I feel like those comic books being exclusive to these larger brick and mortar retailers. I mean, I don't want to go and deal with Barnes and Noble to get my comic books, guys.
Yeah.
Now I will if I have to, and I think anybody would if they
The
have
same
to.
atmosphere. It's really not. I go into a comic book store, like you were saying,
Hmm.
they know me. They know
Exactly,
exactly what I
exactly.
like.
Yep.
They see stuff that's coming down the line that they're like, wow, Matt didn't even say to pick this up. They're going to set it aside for me.
Hmm. Yeah, I
You know,
mean, uh,
ah,
like,
it's not the same.
yeah, I mean, I love Cosmic Ghost Rider, but the whole reason I came across Cosmic Ghost Rider is my local shop pulled one copy aside back when it was still Thanos. I shouldn't say when it was still Thanos. First appearance was Thanos. For those of you that don't know. Um,
Mhm.
and and I wasn't reading the Thanos books. I wasn't picking those up. I wasn't buying them. I wasn't, that into it. I knew what the storyline was going along, and cool. Um, but one of the guys at the local comic book shop was just like, you know what, Fry's gonna love this character, and pulled that one book aside. I would have never seen any of those. I'm sure I would have heard of it later on through Twitter or something like that. Maybe picked it up later, maybe from a buddy. Um, but the fact of the matter is I made that purchase that ultimately goes back to the creator. It goes back to the publisher. It goes back through, all those different aspects. And I made that purchase based off of what my local comic book shop said. Um, now, that being said, um, a lot of people are probably wondering, well, how does a, you know, digital comic book shop, like us, and a platform like our marketplace, why are they talking about comic book shops? They're probably in competition. We're not. And And again, I know I'm going back to something that we've already touched base on, but I think this is really important. We in no
Actually,
way,
that's a good
yeah, we
point.
we
We
in
would
no way
actually,
compete with them, and
no,
we
we
love
would
that.
be currently, making money ourselves if it wasn't for the fact that we turned around and we said, hey, we have to be inclusive to these comic book shops.
Right.
We have to.
Hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, what I love about our system is that the more and more I see it, I think we were ahead of the curve on this idea. And I'm seeing more and more how it's going to be beneficial because let's face it, man, right now the local comic book shops, they're hurting, guys. Um, if you're watching the show and you have a chance, go down and visit them. Visit your local shop. Go check them out. Go see what they've got on the shelves. Check out their old pulls. Check out the dollar bins. Um,
Oh yeah,
make friends
the
with them.
grad.
You know what I mean? Like,
Oh man.
go and support them because they're hurting. Like even Mile High, even the biggest ones, man, they're hurting right now. With the situational shutdown with COVID, everything like that. Now, all the stuff that's been going on with Diamond, um, like that quote I read earlier, the amount of debt and stuff that a lot of these guys are in. A lot of their normal customers haven't been coming in, which is really their bread and butter. And go support them. Go find a couple of new creators. If you find somebody that's really really awesome, like hook us up with the information. Let us know who's really badass that we can reach out to them and get them in CryptoComics. Um,
Mhm.
but the thing is that you know these comic book shops need all the help that we can give them right now, guys. the first thing there is to go in and pick up a book. You know what I mean? Go in, look for local creators, look for indie authors, indie drawer or drawers, artists.
Wow, drawers.
Yeah, my brain was going nuts there. But go in and support, support the indies and support the local comic book shops and have some
I'm
fun doing
sorry,
it,
I
man.
gotta say this. You sounded like Jared for a minute there.
Oh,
Drawers.
that hurts. That
Check out the
hurts.
drawers, guys.
Let's see here. I'm gonna take a break real quick though for my rant here. We got a
Thank
few
you.
people in chat. Everybody in chat, post up where you're at. What's your location? Not specific addresses, guys. This is the internet. Okay, come on, use your heads. But give us an idea. Give us what state, what country that you're in. I've got a weird little goal here. I figured out that there are, yeah, we've had viewers from every major landmass. Now I'm looking for the minor land masses.
Oh,
Yeah, we need New Zealand. Somebody from New Zealand. One of these days. Say something so I can send you some stickers. I want to get a sticker in New Zealand. Um, but yeah, so back to the comic book shops and stuff. The reason we can get away with saying, that we don't compete with them is because it's true. The way that we're built and the way that our platform is built and the way that our comic books program is built, uh, we can actually work hand in hand with all these local comic book shops to allow them to start helping indies get published. They can actually step in their role and become a publisher in the way that they can actually sign up indie creators and stuff like that into the system. They can make residual income right alongside the creators for doing so. And right now, that residual income is what they need. We all saw what happens, when things get shut down, and it's terrifying because that can happen. And now we know. The more you know.
oh, good.
Let's see. Amy Fraser says America Falls, Idaho. I've been there. I've been there
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
And
Okay.
I will also point out, go to cryptocomics.com/u/gypsyleaf, as you see on my shirt, because
I actually don't have a copy of that shirt. I want one.
I know you don't. There's only two in existence.
And you're about to get the bird as soon as the camera goes off.
Bring it. Step it up, tough guy. What you gonna do? I've seen you walk. I'm dramatically faster than you, especially when I'm terrified.
Yeah, but I could take you
I know.
out to
That's
lunch.
why I said I'm much faster. I can run. Hey, she says nice shirt.
Okay.
Hell yeah, it is.
It is. It
The
is.
super cool artist I know made it.
I am a little jealous.
You know what? I'm throwing a plug out. I'm putting her on blast right now. We are going to do an interview with Amy. So everybody wants to check that out. Make sure you come back. Because she has a very hard time telling me no because I'm such a sweet person. And I'm like, Amy, we want to do an interview. We want to do a creator spotlight with you. Gypsy Leaf. And then she was like, oh, Andrew, for you, I guess I will. That's the way that whole conversation went down.
Uh, sure.
No, I'm not sure whatsoever. I'm not sure. Uh, oh, she put thank you with hearts. No, thank you.
All right.
I don't know.
So,
Should we get back to my
other than
reading
that,
list?
my reading recommendation: check out those comics from the. Go to your local shop and pick up some of those comics that are up for the Eisner Award right now.
Good
Check them out.
call.
Um, Vote. See what you like. So,
I like your style. I like it. I
me,
wish I'd have thought of that.
I have been reading a lot of the How to Draw series from Antarctic Press.
Yes. So
Uh,
good.
they're funny too. They really are funny.
Which one are you on?
Uh,
Pirates one? You're on
no,
the
the
Pirates
zombies.
one, aren't you? Oh, are you? The newest
Yeah.
one?
Mhm. I haven't been reading them in order. I started with what not to do and realized that I've been doing a lot of that stuff. Then
Mm-hmm.
moved over to how to draw the advanced one. And I was like, nope, nope, go back.
Yeah, that one goes
So,
hard, man. that one
mhm.
that one throws you straight in.
Oh yeah,
I tried that thinking I was going to be all hardcore. I'm an artist.
oh, yeah. It's like I went to school for this. I'm good.
Yeah, I got
Nope.
railed on. My poor iPad Pro starts screaming at me. It's like, please stop, please. So, okay, yeah, I agree. I
So what
really
about
like
you?
that you. You know what? For the off comics one or off crypto comics one, I'm gonna steal your idea. It doesn't matter what I'm reading. Get down to your local comic book shop, pick up something that's nominated for an award right now. I That's brilliant. You're gonna make me tear up a little bit. I just like him so much. For on system, I am kind of hoping that Anthony's still in here. But for on system, I have been watching for this one for a minute. I think it's pronounced Kuzgu zombies.
Yes.
Brought by Relics, Attack of the Southern Fried Zombies. Now, let me explain to you why this one's my on system. And I haven't even started it yet. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I actually made the purchase of this while we were doing this live stream because it just got approved after upload. So, me being me, kind of watch for that like a hawk, try to jump in. We have this little friendly competition with everybody that works here where as soon as a
Hmm.
book gets uploaded, we all race each other to it. It's kind of like our own little, haha, I got number one, sucker. Um, so yeah, this one I've really been looking forward to. Mainly, and I know this is gonna sound, awful, but I liked this page too much. Page 16, where the guy is, or where the zombie is literally ripping the chest off of the paramedic. I don't know why, but something about the way this is colored and the way this is done. Now it's very likely going to be either a huge letdown or one of my favorite books ever. I'm leaning towards probably one of my favorites ever because Relics always does some really cool stuff, but
They
this one's
really
gonna
do.
be rad. I mean, come on, it's, it's so over the top, and I love that. I love it when it's as over the top as possible. Um, I wasn't a big Walking Dead fan. For those of you who know me really well, or for those that don't, you're probably going to be surprised by that.
I
But
was. I was.
I wasn't. I mean, I like the television show, whatever. But like for the comic book, I thought the storyline was fantastic. But I thought that everything was just a little too, I don't know, Days of Our Lives for me, I guess.
I
Um,
can see where you're coming from. Yeah.
yeah, and I was just like, holy crap, this thing's going forever. Like, let's get to
Hmm.
it, which is terrible, I know, but I also have the attention span of a sparrow, so you know, you gotta you gotta keep it going that way. Um,
I think everybody's figured that out now by watching these videos. But okay.
ooh, shiny. Um,
See, he's already moved on, so it's okay.
yes. So, yeah, that's what I'm going with. Zombies by Relics. Go and check that one out in the system. And if you're not in the system, why? Knock it off. You can sign up for free right now. You can check out comic books for free right now. Quit being lazy. We know you got time for it. We know we know that you don't have a decent excuse. Oh, well, I just got back to work. Why weren't you in here 3 months ago? Check it out on your break. You know? It's, jeez. Everybody's just wasting their lunch breaks going through social media these days when you could be reading comics.
I'm into that.
Hashtag quit complaining, read comics. Yeah, that's what we should do. I
That
like that.
hurts. Some it hurts.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see. I think that's going to be it from us. So Thank you for watching the CryptoComics Couch. If you enjoyed this video, maybe check out some of the blogs or some of the comics that you've seen tonight here on the show, and tell us what you think. Hit that like button, make sure you subscribe, and be sure to leave your suggestions about what you want to see from us in the future. Our goal tonight is to hit 12 subscribers, so make sure you're one of them.
We're over 12.
12 new ones. 12
12
new
new
ones.
ones. Okay, yeah. I'm
Yes,
like,
right.
bro, I report this every week, man. Come on.
I know. I know. Shut up.
Yeah, yeah, let's do it. 12 new subscribers. Yeah, why not? Um, let's see. Let's do this. First person to leave a comment after the video of the correct color that Matt wears of his shirt next week. I'll send some stickers to. Let's have some fun with this. Let's play guess the shirt color. It's gonna be a polo. It's all he ever freaking wears. Polo.
It is. Yeah.
I mean, you know how many shirts I have personally made for this dude? And he's still just, yeah, I don't know, guys, let me grab that polo over there. You know what's exciting? I got this new blue polo. It's pretty sweet. That's crazy. It's crazy.
All right. I will wear a Crypto Comics shirt. You guess the color, and you can win.
Ooh, good call. Yeah, I think that could work. That could be like kind of a weird giveaway. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Do something fun. Leave us a funny
Okay.
joke. Maybe then I'll send you some stickers. But yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, comment how much you adore us. Please be sure to be nice. Matt's got sensitive feelings.
I I do. It's sad.
Yep. And if you haven't had a chance, make sure you skip back a couple of weeks because there's a great video of him eating a corn dog. Enjoy.
You're Hey, Sean Keenan just said, "Hey guys."
Oh, hey, what's up, Sean? What's going on, man? We're just leaving. But yeah, so like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Make it so that this isn't pointless for us to do every week. Because
It's never
Lord
pointless.
knows we're just gonna keep talking if you don't. Tell us what you want us to talk about. Tell us what books you like in the system. Maybe we'll go through those. Check them out. Maybe that's what we should do next week. Do it.
Ooh.
Anybody that leaves a book in the system, we'll go through it and we'll review it on our show next week. It's going to be an honest review, and I'm kind of a jerk sometimes, so let's have some fun with it. No? Yeah?
All
No?
right.
He's confused. I'm confused. We don't know what we're doing. We're tired. So, yeah. Everybody have a good night. Try to stay safe out there. All right. Later, y'all.
Much love.